All right, guys, just getting down to the pool here. It's looking a little bit cleaner than yesterday. It was really muddy this past week here, but it's getting a lot of rain. But right now we're rigged up with the little rainbow spinner, and I think that should do the trick. I know there's some pretty big brookies in here. Yeah, that pool's looking pretty full, and here goes the first cast. Let's see. Nothing on the first cast. Get over on this side of the pool. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Came right up out of the rapids there. Look at that. Nice little pretty brookie. Go ahead and get him back in the water. Oh, it's good we got one fish, so let's see if we can pull some more out of here. I know there's some bigger ones in here. I think the biggest one I pulled out over here was probably a little close to 16 inches, if not more. But you know, it's not super big, but for these smaller streams like this, because I'll show you right over here, I mean, there's not much coming into this, and this is pretty much what the rest of the stream looks like. So this is the largest pool right here, and that's why it's holding some of the larger fish in the area. So all in all, it's really nice to catch these nice little native brook trout. Prettiest of the trout, in my opinion. Rainbows are nice, but I kind of really, you know, nothing beats a nice brookie, in my opinion. Might change my lure out after a few more casts here and see what they're wanting to do here. But it is the middle of the day, so it might not be biting as hard right now. So I've kept the same rainbow trout pattern, but I've got it into a little minnow this time, and we'll see if they like that. But you know, it's got some nice shimmer to it, so we'll see if we can get the big ones out. As far as I'm aware, there's no we haven't caught any browns in this particular stream yet, which is good, because they're more of a predatorial fish, and they'll end up wiping out a lot of the natives, like the brook trout. But in a lot of the other streams around this area, there's a lot of brown trout, and they get larger than, oh, we got a bite there. They get larger than the brook trouts, but again, they're a predatorial fish, so they'll end up wiping out a lot more of the native population than, oh, there we go. That's a good one. Woo! Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about right there, guys. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good brook. Look at that. Just beautiful colors on them. Man, I love these brook trout. But definitely gonna keep this one. That's a keeper for sure. We'll get him. Or this one's actually a female. If I can just grab this hook. Here we go. This one's actually a female because they don't have that super orange belly, but man, it's a pretty brook. You know, that's a good 12 inches, I'd say. But sweet, first good fish. Unfortunately, one thing I have noticed from this stream is that the trout seem to have a parasite in their and their gills, which hasn't really seemed to affect the population too much from my observations, but it is unfortunate that you know, the trout aren't as healthy as they could be. And I'm not really sure. It might be a common issue, but oh, we've got a bite there. It might be a common issue with trout. I'm not really sure on what kind of parasites and stuff that they might have, but that's probably the biggest downside I've noticed to this particular stream. Oh, there we go. It's another decent one. Oh, this one looks like a little male. Oh gosh, I hate it when they come off like that. When they get all banged up, but this one might be a little male, but go ahead and toss him upstream here. See you later, buddy. So that's 3 trout so far. I think 2 males and 1 big female, but it's a good cast out there. We'll see what's hiding out under that shade. Oh, there we go. He missed it the first time. I think this one's a big male, guys. Heck yeah. Look at the colors on that. That's a good one right there. That's definitely a male, yeah. I'll try and show you guys the difference here. Yeah, you can see how orange that belly is and these fins. That's the males right there. But let me see if I can kind of show you a little bit. You kind of have some eggs or some parasites in there, which you know, it kind of sucks. I don't really know how much it affects the trout, but I'm sure it's not great, seeing as it's on their gills, you know. But yeah, that's another great fish. You know, we'll probably keep 2 or 3 of these and just have a good time catching them so we don't overfish. But you know, one of my favorite fish. I just love the color. This rainbow minnow seems to be working a lot better than that little spinner, especially on the larger fish here. So let's see what other bites we can get here. I don't want to keep too many fish from here because, like I said, you know, oh, got a miss there. But I don't want to keep too many fish because, like I said, this is such a small stream, and you know, this is really the largest pool probably on the entire stream, at least, you know, as far as I'm aware of. And you know, I'd like to try and keep the population up because this is private land, so it's not like other people can fish, you know, at this spot, unless they came up and got permission. But it's family land, so it's kind of really nice to have this right at my disposal. But so I kind of want to try and respect it and keep the population as high as possible, and you know, take a few of those larger trout out and let as many as I can go. But trout's just, these fresh trout from these streams are some of the best tasting fish, and they're just so much fun to catch. They're so full of energy, and yeah, see if we can get one right underneath this little bank here. I've pulled some big ones out of here before. Oh. Yeah, it's always a fun time fishing. 4th of July. Nothing better. Catching some fish. 4th of July, just being by water on the 4th, you know, and it's a nice hot summer's day like it is today. But yeah, seems to have slowed down a little bit. Usually happens after you catch a few, you kind of disrupt the water a little bit, but we'll keep trying and see if we can get some more luck. good one. Woo! Calm down. Yeah, look at that. Beauty. It's another good trout. We might let this one go though. She should be alright. Let's go release. Woo! Heck yeah. Alright guys, well that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you later.